Welcome, and it is Tuesday Live, how to achieve your parenting goals in 2024. If you can hear me, you can see me. Let me see your comment right in the comment section that you can hear and see me. And if you can um, Yes, and if you're here, it is your first time joining us on a Tuesday live. Let me see your comment. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is one of those awesome days. It is the last Tuesday live before we go live on the new year of TIP. Who knows the date of our new year? Can you put that in the comment section? Do you know our new year day? Yes, on our new year day, we are going to be having. Yup, you got that right. It's our New Year Day. When is that? 1st December. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So 1st December every year is a TIP New Year. So we are rounding off the TIP year. Everything about our year rounds off next tomorrow. So in the next 48 hours, the TIP year for 2023 ends. So everything in 2023, that will just be it. Sorry, give me a minute. All right. So in the next 48 hours, we stop the program for 2023. And trust me, if you think you have seen anything in 2023, you think that the program that we had was impactful, wait for it in 2024. The good thing about TIP is that nothing remains the same. Nothing remains the same. If you've been in TIP for 4 years, right? Especially for the senior yarders. Ruth Baba, let me see you. If you've been in TIP for 4 years, is there anything that remains the same? Nothing, including the tools. Everything changes drastically. 1 year is a long time for growth. Hi, mom, and my mom is here. Shout out to you, mama. Thank you so much for being here. Alrighty, so yes, you are live on this exceptional, amazing session today. All right. Oh, I see Minister Tinua Day. Thank you so much for being here. These are the yadas, right? The yadas that are yadas. Okay. So they've been in the inner circle for 4 years, and it's been a journey. Right now we can literally say that Tuesday Life is for inner circle parents. Yeah, because I know, is there anybody who is here who is not in the inner circle or who is not a yada in 72 hours? If you are a yada in 72 hours, put that comment in the comment section and say yada in 72 hours. Let's see you do that. I'm particularly excited, all right, because this year is ending on a high note. Yadas, I greet you guys. I greet you specially. All right, so we are achieving your parenting plan for 2024 because in 72 hours we enter 2024. Are you even ready for what is coming for 2024? Are you ready for it? I can see others in 72 hours. I see you guys. I see you. I see you. Your coach like to pop, like to make noise. So get used to it. Oh shit. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are talking on how to achieve your parenting goals in 2024. How do you achieve your parenting goals in 2024? Now, one of the things that you want to note is that achieving your parenting goals involves thoughtful planning, consistent effort, commitment to fostering positive and meaningful connection with your child. Let me say that again. Thoughtful planning, consistent effort, commitment to fostering positive and meaningful connections. That is one key thing that you must put at the front of yourself as you're going. Now, a lot of us parent with our goals. In the academy, we say that an intentional parent follows a goal. An unintentional parent follows a crowd. The reason you see people doing things and you just rush off and you are with them is because you do not have a goal. When you have a goal, believe you me, you are not going to just parent anyhow. Because when you have a goal, you have something that you're looking at. So that's where thoughtful planning comes in. Consistent effort, commitment to fostering positive and meaningful connection with your child. And at the core of what we do in the academy are these things. I'm going to be sharing with you some steps that will help you navigate and achieve your parenting goals. That's if you have one. One of the things that we teach you how to do in the academy is to create parenting goals. So while a lot of the parents out there are very bothered about whether they should buy their child a phone at 13 or not, or whether they need money to go and do photo shoot, and spend 200K doing photo shoot because your child is turning 13. In the inner circle, we are bothered about what your child can do to be able to become a messiah of their time. Two different kind of thought. So all of us parent with a goal. The problem is, what is the goal geared to us? Is this the goal to make your child, or is it the goal to marry your child? Many times people have told me there is no parenting manual. There is a manual. The problem is that the manual you're parenting from is not created. It is just not well thought through. It is just one of those things that you do and you just wake up and you just do it because everybody is doing it. It is when you do not have a manual, that's when you say things like, this parenting is hard for everybody. Everybody is doing it. There's no thought through the planning that you have. So if you're going to achieve your goals as a parent in the academy, one of the things that you need to understand is that you must think. We say that the others are thinkers. If you ever heard that before, your goals are, they are the things that you think about that makes your child. Now, one of the tragedies of parenting that I have seen is parenting without a goal. At the launch of the Inner Circle 4 years ago, 5 years ago actually, the very first webinar we did was how to create parenting goals. And that was what got to the launch. Atetima was sharing that yesterday at our review in level 2. And she said, Coach, I don't know if you remember. That was where you actually said, no. God said this is not how to program. If you program with tips and hacks, you're going to just get kalo kind of result. Tips, hacks, I came for Tuesday Live, I collected tips, and there is a process, there is a program. There is a program. And that is where thoughtful planning comes in. That is why you will not be bothered that children are going to school because they are 10 and everybody needs to finish school at 20. You don't have a goal. If you have a goal, you would understand that is a different program for your child. Your child is not every other person. But we have, programs that our children like, everybody is doing it. You are every other person. And of course, our children are not able to understand who they are, sent a Messiah. All right, I was creating the new framework we have in the academy, in the Inner Circle. And part of what, I was writing is, why are you here? Why are you here? You are here to raise a Messiah. So you are on earth to raise someone who has a solution. You're a solution. You're raising a solution provider. That's who you're raising. And if you're raising a solution provider, then it means that you need thoughtful planning. Number 2 part of it is consistent effort. If your effort is not consistent, it will fail. It does not matter what you have done from beginning to the middle. And I'm going to share my thoughts using the story of Samson. When Samson was born, one of the things that they got is that they got a manual. Samson was one of the very few people who had a well thought through giving manual from God. And the parents had this manual written down. They knew what it was that was supposed to raise a giant. So they were raising a Messiah. So Samson became a Messiah. Go and read Judges. But the interesting thing? Consistent effort is continuum. So you a parent, after you be a parent, you become a coach, then you become a mentor, then you become a matriarch, or you become a patriarch. What the parents of Samson failed to do was to understand the place of parenting to the end, the place of implementing to the end. Now we had a mighty man of valor taking down just because the parents didn't understand that that template was to the end. I tell you how. Something came and said, you know what? There is this girl that I wanna go for. I want to go marry one place, yeah. And like I tell the parents in the inner circle, when the parents said, no, 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 but God said you shouldn't be able to go there. And then Samson said to them, but he pleased down me. Ay, 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 ay. He pleased down me. And of course, Samson ended up his head barbered and his eyes removed. So they barbered his head and they removed his eyes. And that was the end of a destiny put in the hands of someone who was supposed to implement to the last. So when you do not have consistent effort on your journey, you will actually crash. So it's not, I've done it 1 year. I've done it 2 years. I have now done it to a certain level. I'm now Ndaboski, like we say in the academy. But it is to the end. And Samson became someone who was destroyed with all of the templates and all of the Ndaboski-ness of intentionality in his life. So intentional parenting is not a destination, it's a journey. And if you do not understand the place of consistent implementation on your journey, even the goals, the things that God have told you is not enough. Oh, people come to tell me this is what God have told me about my child. It's not enough. If you do not put in consistent effort, you will lose that child. And it doesn't matter when and how long. Samson was already an adult who was going to marry, and yet he was lost. So it means that there were gaps. Anytime a system fails, anytime people fail, trust me, is a system that has failed, not just the person. Because we do not fall to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of the systems that we create. Every problem is out of the system that you have created or the one you created and didn't follow. Every single trouble. Because in the absence of systems, there is chaos. So anything that does not have a system to run it is chaotic. That's why a lot of us are struggling with parenting. Chaotic. Because there are no systems, there are no structures. Because according to you, you can pick tip pack here. And if all you listen to is this Tuesday Live, trust me, you are on the table of tips and hacks. Trust me when I say so. Is it valuable? Yes. But it is what it is. Because that's what it is that you're giving. For you to actually be able to look at that thoughtful planning, do that consistent effort, and commit to it. Commit to it. It means that you have there's a place for structured learning. There's a place for structured learning. So it is that structure. Because at some point, yeah, you're going to be on Tuesday Live, you're going to implement, you're going to have a lot of result, but at some point it's going to hook. Because you don't get structure where you hold up. So it's not like that's just what it is, the absence of structure. So it will create some kind of chaos. Even when you read books and you do not have a systemized structure for implementation, it can fail you. So here are the steps that you need to take when it comes to helping you navigate and achieve your parenting goals. I'm already feeling like I should do the induction webinar tomorrow. Today, I'm excited. I'm pumped up. Yeah. I can't even wait for Friday. Friday, are you ready? Are you in? All right. Let me see your comment in the comment section. Tell me I am in the ark. The TIP Inner Circle program is the ark of our time. It's the ark of parenting. You are not inside, you're outside. It means that rain will beat you. The flood will come. According to Coach Buka, flood Nabia. And when it comes, it takes you out. Right? Are you in the ark? I am in the ark. That's what it is. That is what it is. And that is where we are today. Thank you again for joining me, right? Thank you again. I was a Tuesday Live person until it dawned on me that I needed system for a Yadaric result. You cannot have a Yadaric result without having a system. There is a result you have. See, knowledge get level. Oh. There is a kind of knowledge you assess and you know that you have entered the higher. It's just like when people teach, a lot of parenting programs will teach you, teach your children to obey you and all of that. We don't. I'm sure you're shocked. You're wondering, do they teach children to insult their parents? No, that's not what I said. I just said there is something higher. There's a bigger platform. There's a bigger access. And see, This bigger access that we're talking about, you don't pick it on the streets of Instagram. Neither do you pick it on the streets of Facebook. It's a curated system that get you into the system, get you into the app. Number one, reflect on your values and your priorities. If you're going to achieve your goal in 2024, what are your priorities? What are your values? I hear quite a number of people. I hear you. Oh, I really want to be in the inner circle, but right now, I'm not sure. Some say, oh, right now, I don't think it's something I can afford. Oh, I hear you. But when you sit down and calculate how much coke you have taken this year, you realize that inner circle money, you have eaten it for something that will damage your body and not give you peace. I can't remember the last time I took soda. Like, wait. So a lot of people come to me and say, oh, coach, your face is fresh. Oh, your body is this. It's not cream anything. I pop on the right eating of things. So when you eliminate things that can destroy you and use it to do things that will build you, so many times it's on our values and our priorities. Your ability to actually achieve your goal is how much you value whatever it is that you're doing with your child. So you need to ask yourself, how much do I value my parenting? So for some of us, English is hard. Oh, hey, I almost spoke Igbo. For some of us, I hope I can be heard and I hope I'm clear. Oh my goodness. For some of us, when it comes to the things that has to do with our learning, it's not priority to us. So we prioritize what is important to us. So your priority is a function of what it is that is important to you. So all those, oh, I just cannot, is a function of priority. All right. I can see people laughing at me. Are you laughing with me or are you laughing at me? That's what my pastor will say every time. Are you laughing with me or are you laughing at me? Which one? Whichever one. Anyway, I'm not an English scholar. Yeah, I am when you look it, and English is not my mother tongue. I borrowed and I learned, and I'm trying. Mhm. All right. So, so you need to prioritize. You need to reflect on your values and your priorities. What are the priorities? Right? What are the priorities? What are the priorities? So many times we say, "Oh, my family is my priority. My family is my priority," but it doesn't show. It doesn't show. You come out and say, this family time thing. I don't have the time. I need to just face my work and do it. And most of us, and this goes to fathers, we have commercialized our parenting. Parenting commercialization. Everything is about money. Once I give my children, I make money and I give them. That's it. You don't want to know the danger that does. Not even just in the now, in the times to come. Are you commercializing your parent? Are you devaluing your parent in the name of, oh, once my children don't have everything, then I'm not doing well? Who told you so? Who told you so? Alrighty, that's another conversation for another day. You need to take your time and reflect. What are your core values? What are your priorities? Do I really look at my parenting as a priority, or is it just an option? Most of us, our family is actually just an option. We just, it's an option. I can or I cannot. I once told a team of people who wanted to invite me for something, and they said, I'm going to be the highest payment anybody had paid you to actually stand on the stage to speak. I get paid millions to speak on the stage. But the interesting thing, and that offer looked like all there is, right? But I told them something. I said, at this time you're asking me to speak is a time for my family. And if I'm to choose money and my family, I will choose my money. Is money important to me? Yes. Do I love money? Yes, I like it. Right? I like to make money. I like the value of money. But it's not going to take a place. My parenting is not commercialized. Money is not going to take precedence to my time for family. So you need to actually ask yourself, what exactly is your family an option? If something comes, I can throw my children under the bus and move. I can throw my husband under the bus and move. Is it an option? Or is it something that is compulsory? So for me, my family is compulsory. It's not optional. My marriage is not optional. Building my marriage is not an option. It's not whether I will or I will not. Building my parents is not an option, whether I will or will not. No, it takes the front seat. And then every other thing follows. So I am not going to sacrifice my children on the altar for my career. No, I won't do that. I will not do that because the career is not going to run away. That's one thing that I know I have made peace with. Their choices. But you need to ask yourself, what aspect of your relationship with your child are you most important to you? Do you understand your values? Do you really understand your values? You know, one of the first things you do when you enter the yard is that you learn how to create values. You know, many of us have assumed values on many, aspect of our journey. All right. So sorry. Let me be sure that I'm clear. All right, on my stream. Just give me a minute. So sorry about that. I wanted to give you the best network there is available. I hope that this is it. All right, can you see me? Somebody said my picture is a bit blurry. Can you please confirm that? Yes, my picture is a bit blurry. That's one of the things I was trying to actually work out to be sure that we have this, to be sure that we have this clear. So sorry about that. All right, it's a bit blurry. Okay, they're working on it to work on another data for me, another internet connectivity. I don't know why the route. So as I was saying that if you make your parenting an option, one of the things that happens is that by the next generation it becomes non-existent. Anything you make an option in one generation becomes non-existent by the next. So many of the times you find out that one of the ripple effect that we're having in parenting today and even in marriages today is because it was optional. So you make it optional today, by next generation it becomes non-existent. So working our marriage and working our parenting in many families is actually almost non-existent. There's nothing to hold on to. So the decision will be yours. You need to make a decision today to ask yourself and task yourself, what are my values? Values are not assumed. Many of us are parenting on assumed value. You can't assume a value. Value is built, it's lived. So if you say, oh, in my house, all these things, we have it. In my house, my children know what it is that we believe in. If it's not written, if it's not penned down, the Bible says, write the vision so that he who sees it may run. And one of the very first assignments you're going to do in the inner circle is to write the vision, make it plain, so that he who sees it may run. And yes, you will do it. There's nothing like I cannot. You will do it. You do it because we have hold you accountable. You have paid us to hold you accountable, we'll hold you to the last. And that is our job. That's why we're here. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. So values are not assumed. So what are your values? What are your priorities? Your value will determine your priority. If you say, I value self-development, and then you have a problem paying to be in a self-developmental system, then you don't. You don't. You don't. All right? You don't. So your value is in the fact, right, that you put that thing in front. So do you really value your family? That question is for you. Do you really value your family? Do you really value your family? You need to. Oh, the picture is sharp now. Thank you so much. You need to ask yourself, do you really value, or you just wake up and just say, anywhere anything goes, right? At a certain time of the year, you call me, I want to answer you because my children are priority. My family is priority. And really, it is an important aspect of my journey. All right. Thank you so much. So if you have a value system, that is not well thought of, you're going to just follow and just be going round and round. Number two, connectivity. You need to decide for you to meet your goals to connect. There is no parenting goal that you can meet without connecting with your child. None. None. There is no transference of legacy in absentia. You don't transfer legacy in absentia. You don't transfer values in absentia. So if you're not connected, I'm not talking about you being in Kutwengi and you're not. Connectivity is a bedrock of achieving your parenting goals. So if you want, write your goals. Somebody wrote me the goals you want to achieve in the inner circle. It be like one full scarf sheet. I might tell her, say, leave farm. This is not what you're here for. If you write all these things and you do not connect with your child, it is fail, fail, fail. You will fail. So you must be very, this thing about your connectivity, quality time, allocated, intentional with content. We're going to go there. Connectivity, connections. You need to be present to transfer legacy. I've shared this story before that I went to Robben Island, where Mandela stayed for 18 years. As powerful as Mandela is, as valuable as the man Mandela is, Nelson Onishasha Mandela of the world, Mandela couldn't transfer his legacy because he was absent. He couldn't transfer his values because he was absent. So the goals that he had, I'm sure he had goals written down as a man of intellect. It wasn't achievable. He wasn't present. So that goal that you're looking for in 2024, you've written all the things that you want your child to do. Without connectivity, you can't get there. And when I came out of that Robben Island, I saw where it is that he was kept for 18 years. And I said to my husband, it's impossible for anyone to transfer legacy in absentia. That was the first thing I said when I came out there. It is impossible. You can't. There's a connectivity that fosters legacy. There's a connectivity that fosters legacy. So you must be there. You must be there, present. It's not absent. No, present. And I mean present in soul, body, and mind. And the next one is content. How do you achieve your goals in 2024? You need content. If you do not have content, even your connectivity will fail. Because the problem sometimes is not even availability. The problem is connectivity, and in connectivity, you need content. That's why it said connect. Content to be able to connect. You don't connect with nothing. When you want to connect this phone to a charger, you need to connect. There's something that must be plugged to it. If there is nothing you're plugging to that your availability, you are not connected. So it is one thing to say, yes, I'm there, I'm connecting and all of that. If there is no content, you're not connecting. So what is the content of your parent? Content is a big part. I say that everybody is a product of who raised them. How was they raised? How they were raised? Where they were raised? What the person who raised them know? That's the content of the razor. The content of the archer, the thrower of the arrow. What is the content? It is whoever is going to
how they say it, throw an arrow, right? Or shoot an arrow, right? Whoever is going to actually shoot an arrow, then you must know how to shoot it. There must be something in you that will be able to actually put that arrow and make it hit where it's going. So holding the arrow is not enough. What content do you have to be able to throw that arrow to hit target? You can't come empty. There's no connectivity with emptiness. So in parenting, if you're empty, you do not have connection. So you need content. You need content. So all these are parenting, most of our parents parented without content. Unfortunately, they were there, some of them were there, but they didn't have content. Some of them even had content and had the wrong content. That's even another conversation on its own. The content you have. Just like our content on discipline. Our content of discipline is wrong on all shades. All. We were so excited to receive our upcoming books, which will be launched on the last day of this year for TIP, which is the 30th of November. So if you've not pre-ordered it on your own, you buy it at the original price. It was too much. It was too. I didn't even look at it from that angle. And when I was writing that book, discipline is not an emergency. I realized that our problem in the definition of what discipline is, our definition of how discipline is learned. And I realized that most of us think that discipline is a reactivity, not a responsibility. That's why we can say that a father who was probably abusing alcohol, who was a wife beater, who was irresponsible in many things, was very disciplined because he was reactive. So we called people who reacted discipline. We call people who were violent discipline. Because we didn't realize that discipline is not in how you react, it's in how you respond. Discipline is not something that you do, is a skill you build. Discipline is a skill you build. Do you know that consistency is part of discipline? Consistency is part of discipline. Most of us are not consistent. Why? Because our definition, the way we were taught discipline was wrong. We were taught the wrong. So our content on discipline is nothing. So we have that content that we're brought into to parenting, and for us, we're connecting. You can't connect on that premise because your content is wrong. You don't have the right content. And then we even justify some of those things. Normalize nonsense, like we say in the inner circle. A lot of us actually enter a program like the inner circle, 365 days. You can't get consistent all through. And you do not think that that's a discipline problem. It is a discipline problem. It's nothing. It's not any other thing. It's a discipline problem. You were not raised to stay on a thing and finish it. You were not raised to stay on a thing and finish it. So that's discipline. You build it. You were bailed out of this, and then you were still being bailed out. Your parents were just reactive. They didn't build you to stay. There's a stay, I call it the staying spirit. I was teaching the parents, the women in the Masterpiece Women, which one of the programs that I run, and today is in 90 days. In those 90 days, we created a devotion. And in those 90 days, right, there was no day that I broke. In 90 days, devotion created 90 different women of the Bible, showed up every day. Tomorrow is the last day. I showed up every day with no single excuse. That's discipline. So discipline is not how you react with it, it's how you respond. It's a responsibility. How responsible have you become to your ability to parent? Do you know that you need a lot of discipline to be able to parent? You need a lot of, you must eliminate I cannot. You must, if you don't eliminate it, you're not disciplined enough to be a parent. Being a parent is a place of discipline. And if you have a wrong content of discipline, I keep saying, I said in that book, discipline is not an emergency, that it is that you're a product, right, of your discipline. All right? Yes, good. So you are a product of your discipline. So, what responsibility have you taken up? Have you seen yourself and said, no, 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 no. So I said, discipline is not the child's problem. Discipline is the parent's problem. So if your children are in discipline, there's a problem. It's not them, it's you. Take it back to yourself. Uh, I'm going to leave it there. For those of you who are yadas in 72 hours, wait for it. So you need to stay informed. You need to be adaptive. What are the parenting strategies? What is child development? Many of us are parenting on the content of nothing. And then when you connect with your child, you're expecting a 5-year-old to do what a 15-year-old should be doing. And you're expecting a 15-year-old not to be able to do what it is that they should do. Inadequacy, imbalance. So you raise children who are not dependent, who are not independent, because you do not know. It takes a lot of discipline to parent anybody. It takes a lot of discipline. And one of the reasons, all right, one of the reasons we have a problem with parenting is that we were raised on that premise of not understanding what discipline is. Because if you get it, then you're going to show up on your parenting journey every day, regardless of the excuses you have. That's what parenting is about. There is no excuse when you have been given the destiny of someone in your hands. I don't get it. How do you wake up and you share excuses to God who have trusted you with a desire, a problem solver? And I've never been able to understand those excuses. Do I have challenges? Oh yes, trust me. Is my life perfect? No. I just have a perfect perspective to life. My life is not perfect. So you need to understand that discipline is beyond this. You're screaming, shouting, hey, oh, ooh, ha. No. That's not you being a disciplined parent. A discipline is us coming together. My husband and I have come severally to say that our children did 6 years in primary school. We attended every single school function. And we're extremely busy people. Discipline is a choice. It's not an emotion. It's not an emotion. It's not an emotion. But you are emotional about it. That's why you're parenting the way you're parenting. Discipline is a structure you build. It's in the systems. It's in how you create your schedules. It's in the strategies you put on your journey. That's what discipline is. So you're never going to build content if you're not disciplined. To learn even requires that you are disciplined. That's why in this part of the world, in Africa, we are not able to actually achieve milestones. We're not disciplined enough to stay on a thing. We're not. Because we have misinterpreted what true discipline should be. So you need to learn. Many of us are parenting on the premise of I get that before. I get that before, no be property. Because when it comes to parenting, it's evolving every second. The things you know last year, you think is the thing that you still know. 2024 is going to come with a whole disruption. There's a disruption that 2024 is coming with. Because the AI system is going to go full blown. Are you aware how that is going to change your parenting today? Some of us are still teaching sex education in the wood. Oh, don't allow anybody to touch you. If you touch you get pregnant. Are you joking? You think your children are bothered about pregnancy anymore? Are you kidding? And you're still there. You're still teaching with that content. You are going to ruin your process because you're not disciplined enough to apply yourself to the changing times. Do you know that the event of AI is going to change how we teach even sex conversations? It will change everything. Are you really ready to parent in 2024? How will you achieve your goal? How will you achieve your goal? So what you know this year cannot even throttle you to how the year is going to end. 2024, I don't know. We study parenting systems. The things that we have seen in the parenting system, for the forecast for 2024 is crazy. I was in a training and I was looking at the 2024 forecast. The trend is going to be mad. Mad trend. We've never seen anything like this before. And then somebody actually sitting and saying, no, I've been learning it, This parenting thing, I just I've raised an 18-year-old, so all my children are, you will fail because parenting today is coming dabostically to us. And if you're not an daboski parent, you will not be able to deliver. Are you ready to parent in 2024? Another thing that you want to do is that you want to document your journey. Document your journey. How do you? That's one of the ways that you can achieve your parenting goals. How do you document your journey? Part of what you do when you get into the inner circle is that the first thing is that you get a journal. Documentation is core to you being able to achieve the goals you have. All right? It is so key. And the more you document, the more you are able to actually follow trails, and the more you will see your failures. One of the worst things that was done to us is the fear of failure. We were sold a lie that have kept us in a place for years. We were told that when you fail, everything is no. Failure is part of your success. Nobody teaches you that. Even you are still telling your children, if you fail, you failed. I want to kill you. You're still killing a child for. Hi. Failure is a tool on your journey. Failure is a tool on your journey. And without documentation, you will not see your failure. Many of the times you even think that you're progressing, but you're not. Because you can't see it. Many times when we insist, when you get into the academy, when you get into the inner circle, we insist that your family value is created, printed, put on the wall, and all of that. Everybody's like, wow, what did we come for? You came for work. You came to actually, get value and translate it. And you came to do. You didn't come to hear. You didn't come to hear. And one of the things that was taught to us is that if you fail, that is it. If you fail, that is it. But that's not true. So you can't say your failure. You're even afraid to touch your failure. You are afraid to touch your failure. You're even afraid to be told that you failed. Somebody told me that somebody that was supposed to redo a particular thing in the academy, left and said, I cannot fail. Why did the chair coach say I should fail? And she's back. You will be back. When you fail, you take it. That's how in the yard we say we repeat what we have done, with our full chest. There's no I failed in this, I didn't fail. You review it. Did I do it well? On your own. Unfortunately, our parents taught us that once you fail is the end. Who said so? In documentation, that's where you cultivate growth mindset. I realized that without documentation, you can't grow. One of the reasons why the growth in Africa is the way it is that we lack documentation. We can't see, we can't plot a graph, we don't know the trajectory of things. We can't program for things that are relevant because we can't see them. Nobody has sat down to say what has happened to us in the past. How do we mitigate it? You can't say it. Our documentation is almost at zero. So we demolish houses, build more new ones. But we don't know how to maintain, we don't know how to look at our past and say, where did we miss it? So you don't really grow. You need to embrace the growth mindset, both for you and your child. When you now begin, is in documentation, you begin to view challenges as opportunities for learning and growth. That's where you view it. Because you're seeing it, you've put down the challenge, you can say it. And that's the only way you grow. And that's what encourages resilience in the face of even setbacks. Because you're able to look at your challenge, you're able to look at how you have overcome it, and boom, when you have another challenge, you're going to go and keep going. Learning parenting does not mean that you're not going to have challenges. It just means that when you do, you know what to do. You're no longer like that parent who is just running helter-skelter. You are stable. Because the Bible says that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. How stable you are is a function of your wisdom and your knowledge. How stable you are in these times, how stable you will be in 2024 will be a function of wisdom and knowledge. How do you get that? In the place of learning. in the place of staying informed. Buy the truth and sell it not. And for those of you who are saying, parenting, no, must I pay? Yes, you must pay. You must pay. If you value it enough, then you're gonna sit down and when you food is so valuable that every day you must eat. You don't have a choice. Do you have a choice in eating? No, you don't. I took my personal development as food, and I decided that I would rather not do it. I would rather not do other things than not do it. It's just like food. When there is no food in the house, you shut down every other thing and make sure that there's food. Bishop Oyedebo was once asked, how are you able to read? And he said, if you can eat, you can read. Many years ago. That changed me forever. So I don't see reading as an option. I see it as something compulsory. And that's it. Compulsory. So it becomes a compulsion. I see buying book as I would rather buy a book than buy a bag of rice. Because I know what that book can do for me. It's in the place of understanding the process. It's in the place of documentation. It's in the place of seeing that my journey, my growth is not an option. See, the only growth that happens without you having to actually do anything that you need to actually sit down with is food, even is biology. And even the biology, you need to eat food. So I dare say that no growth happens without you doing nothing. If you don't eat, you die. If you do not eat, you die. That's the truth. So you need to do something to grow. All these are not growing. My environment is not growing. My this is not growing. My work, this is not growing. No, it's because you cannot grow your mind. You cannot grow your mind. The moment you're able to grow your mind, you're fixing your spirituality. And even the spirituality growth that we claim that we have, most of us do not understand the scriptures we read. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. And I'll leave it for your collecting in the inner circle. You come to the inner circle, you collect at any level where you are, there's something to collect. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter whether you have parented 2 million people, your grandmother, you will collect in your process. All of us, this money we collect itself from David for Lara. All of us collect on our journey. You collect, you go back and you review, and there's no fear on it. So you need to document your journey. And then the next one is that you need to practice self-care. You need to take care of you. You need to understand that your well-being is important. All right? Your well-being is important. Parenting is demanding. It takes your physical, emotional, mental, allows you, for you to be present, you need to tell yourself that you need to be present. So you need to take care of you. And part of it is part of what it is that I've been added to our curriculum. The rest as a skill. How do you build skills to be able to rest? There is a way to rest. My schedule is back to back, almost like when you see a president's schedule. But you know the truth, I'm not overwhelmed. I've never ask any yada who has seen me and just seen me and say, coach is overwhelmed, she has died. She don't wake up, please send me condolences. Never. Even the people who have been with me for 365 days, never. And I've been doing this for the past 6 years. There are some others that have been here for me. I show up when I need to show up regardless. Why? Because there are rest systems that have been put in place. Rest systems. Anything that fails you is because you do not have a system built around it. So if you're overwhelmed, there is a problem. You don't have the skill created to be able to actually give you rest. Rest is learned though. You learn it. It's a skill you build. There are things you put in your system that actually fosters rest. Without it, you'll be restless. It's just like in parenting. If you do not build skills to actually give you rest, without it, you will be restless. Forget all this. I know what I'm doing. I see a lot of people running kit kata. One small thing will happen on the internet. One girl slept with their boy. They caught it in school. Everywhere, internet is rolling. Oh, Instagram, everywhere. Nigerian parents are running everywhere. African parents everywhere. Foreign white parents everywhere. Caucasian, everybody is running and is agitated. Why? You do not have rest. Rest is learned. And part of your having rest is what you know. It is in what you know that you rest. You rest as what you know. That's what gives you rest. That's what gives you rest. So all the kitty kitty kata kata, where people say all of us are suffering, but it is hard. No, no, no. We have chosen our hard. In the academy, when you come, right, you choose your hard. We've chosen our hard. We've chosen our hard. So rest is a skill. And part of what you're going to be learning in the academy is rest as a skill. How do I build to be able to rest? So yes, I'm not overwhelmed. We're currently overwhelming. We're currently onboarding. We've onboarded about 3,000 parents in the academy this year. We're not seeing my face. Do I look like no? My face is popping. In fact, completely popping with hair made, dabostically waiting for Friday. You don't understand. It's only when there are no systems that you're chaotic. There's no chaos around me. Is there work? Yes, a lot of it, but it's not chaos. I've seen a lot of incoming yadas trying to come and ruffle our system, ruffle us. We're not ruffled. You don't know about it. We will take our time, build it into the systems that we have, and everybody will align. All of us will be all right. But that's one of the things that you are going to learn, all right? And that's one of the things that the inner circle teaches you. So you will even do much more when you enter the academy. Yet you will be at rest, you will be at peace. So rest is not a function of how much you do, it's a function of how much you know. Rest is not a function of how much you do, it's a function of how much you know. The more you know, the more at peace and at rest. So what do you know? So I've done much more in the last 6 years than I've ever done all my life. Yet this is my most popping seasons. So you can pop. And the last one, you need to adapt and reverse your goals as needed. So yesterday, an incoming yada was very agitated about something that happened. Hey, God did not answer me. Oh, she don't wrote an episode, screenshot. They didn't reach like 30 chats. I almost chatted. Ma, nobody died. Oh, can you calm down? I said, child, this is an incoming yada, but she won't get it. I shall be offending somebody if I do that. But really, nobody died. Rest is a function of how much you know, not how much you do. So all this, I'm busy, I cannot, I don't know, I cannot enter the inner circle, I don't have time. No, it's just a function of what you don't know. The moment you even saying I'm busy means that you're not busy enough. You still have time to say that you're busy. There's a problem with it. You have time to explain how busy you are. That means you're not busy. I don't have time to explain how busy I am. I do not have the time. The Bible says, see it a man diligent in his business. It did not say, know it a man who talks about diligent in his business. So your diligent you're talking about it's not entry. No entry. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. The last one is you need to adapt and rate and reverse your goals as needed. Your goals are not stagnant, they're not static. All right. They're not static, they're not stagnant. So don't make your goals. Be flexible. Be willing to adopt goals based on the evolving needs of your family. As you're going, even as you get into the academy, there's sometimes you see a goal. Somebody has shared a goal, you're like, wow, woo, hey, is that it? And then you just review it and revise it. All right? So that is what it is. Parenting, is a journey filled with continuous learning and growth. By the time you set your goals, you maintain open communication, all right, and foster a positive and supportive environment, you begin to walk into creating a harmonious family. And let me say this as I begin to round off. I actually think that the most consistent parents in the inner circle are the busiest parents I have met. I know because I have been privileged to privy to some of the things that they do. They are the ones that have results. They are the busiest that I know. As in the ones that run. Some of them are busy health professionals. Some of them are soldiers and war front. Their result is tangible. Some of them are highly placed people in the society. They are busy. Their schedule is almost like, I'm looking at their schedule. I'm like, oh, what's happening here? What's happening here? Most of the people who come live to the webinars in the inner circle are the busiest of the parents, not the ones that are not busy. So the time you're using to explain that you're not busy, are you sure that I will be able to come in? Are you sure I'll be able to catch up with this inner circle? People have been sending us those kind of questions. Oh, are you sure this inner circle I'll be able to cope? Hey, my job is very tasking. I just look at them. I don't know what it is I need to answer. But my answer to you is, it's not, if I can do parenting the way I do parenting with my schedule, nobody has excuse, respectfully speaking. And if I've seen parents who are way busier, who do so much at a time, yet they are so present, there is no excuse. Do we have problems? Yes, all of us do, including me. My life is not perfect. I just have a perfect perspective to life. So I have issues. I share my own problems as we go. If you're yard, of course, you are going to be privy to a lot of my stories that I share only in the yard. And this is me today telling you that your busyness can put you in trouble when it comes to parenting. And may you not pay the ultimate price. I have seen people who have gotten it wrong, who have paid the ultimate price of either losing their lives or losing their children. We need to understand that this journey of parenting is something that you must do and apply your heart, your mind to it. So there will always be excuses. There will always be excuses. It doesn't matter how somebody said, oh, somebody sent a chat and said, oh, when I have a thesis to write, when I'm done, I will join 1 year later. I just did the refund. We did refund to her. And then she came back 2 days later and said, no, I think I can cope. I have heard parents who are here who are able to cope. I laughed. Because when you try to come to us and tell us that you do not have time, I don't know how to convince you to tell you how to do. The choice is yours. Remember that whatever you make optional in this generation becomes non-existent in the next. Is your parenting an option for you? Or is it something that is compulsory? Is your personal development an option for you? Or is it something that is compulsory? If it becomes priority, it becomes priority. If your children are valuable, if you really say, I value some people say, my value, number one, family, but we don't live it. We don't live it. We just say it with our mouth. It is one thing to have values. Values are not things that you circumvent. Some values are things you live. You live them. You live them. That's what makes it. All right? And if you are joining me and you have not even read any of my books, right? Then you need to start from there. I do not think that I currently have on my table the new book sitting right, popping, but I won't show you. I will show you next tomorrow. That's the launch date. All right. And we're launching those books. The Discipline is Not an Emergency. I read through that book. I was blown away. That book blew me solidly away. And then we also have Raising the Emotionally Skilled Child. Because I understand that emotion skills is something that is a huge problem in our society today. I'm very big on that. And then we have Solving Family Problem Through Effective Communication. That's one of my best books right now. I don't know. And then Sex Educate Your Child Like a Pro Volume 3. We're never going to stop writing Sex Educate Your Child Like a Pro. We have a mandate on sex educating like a pro, the right way it should be. And all of them, will be available 5 Friday for pickup. If you pre-ordered, O'Shea, we raise hand for you. We have almost 6,000 or over. We lost count, of pre-order of those books. I would say shout out to you for trusting us, paying without even seeing the books. The books are here. You're going to get the book. Of course, trust us is more important, right? It is more important for you to see the book and read it and impact even more than us. So we have the old books here, Connect to Correct, Raising the Independent Thinking Child, all right? And did I tell you that I will be sharing my own intentional parenting journey on Thursday, which is next tomorrow? I'll be interviewed by my friend Etima Ume, And I'm going to be sharing with you how my own journey have gone, the things I have done, and how I have been able to be part of the inner circle system as well as an individual, not just a coach, as a parent. So I invite you to join me at 8 o'clock on Thursday, or join us tomorrow at 8 o'clock too. We'll have with me, and then the last will be me. And then we will close the TIP year. Who's going to come for the party? I think we'll do a night a live dance for the TIP party. All right, and then you have parenting launch plan, connect to connect, from yelling to calm, how to love your child more, resistively rivalry, sex educate your child like a proof on 1 and 2, um, working your child through puberty. That's the book that we read this particular week in the inner circle this month, and then we have the discipline that works. Then all the other books, 4 books are also available. Buy books, buy them, buy the books, buy the truth and sell it not. No, it's not free. And no, for those of you who are reaching out and saying, can the inner circle be made accessible? Just stay on the Tuesday live. And if you're really, really, really interested in being part of the inner circle for the coming year, you will prepare for it. So if you're not able to get into the inner circle for this year, for whatever reason, prepare for it. Keep going. But I tell you, if you have made your family a priority, then the inner circle becomes a priority for you. Trust me, the inner circle becomes a priority for you. So it is only a function of how you prioritize the system. For those who asking me about the 4 books, they're still available at pre-order at 18,000 by tomorrow, right? By tomorrow, it becomes 26,000 for the 4 of them. Let me show you a glimpse. Give me discipline is not an emergency. Let me just give you a glimpse of what it looks like. Ta-da! Boom, 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 boom. You see how it is? All right. So this is just a glimpse of it. I will show you the rest on Thursday. All right. So you will have that launch. But after the launch, you buy the 4 for 26,000. Right now, you're buying the 4 for 18,000. Please do not ask us that you want to pay 18,000 after that launch day. Please don't. I am begging you. It costed us an arm and a leg. If not for what I heard about hard copy books, honestly, we'll sell ebook to you, and it will still be fine. So please, if you've missed it, right? Please go ahead. It's available for e-copies. It's the same price. Price for e-copy and hard copy is not different. It's the same price, the same content, the same impact that it's going to make. So if you are not able to get it, it's also on Amazon. They are now available on Amazon. That's a beautiful thing. So you can order on Amazon. Alrighty. Who is ready for inner circle induction on the 1st of February, the 1st of December 2023? It is at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Everybody's going to get ready, seated. All right. And the induction is our biggest inner circle induction is our biggest event of the year. It's our biggest in TIP, yes. So we prepare for it with our lives on stake. We've been preparing, we've been making moves, we've been putting a lot together. You cannot come for that induction and remain the same. Quote me. When you're done at the induction, you will know that we have ascended. You will know that a lot have happened. You will know that the next 365 days is going to burn your feathers and transform you forever. What you're going to see, it is something you have never seen ever before. We have created a system, right? We have created a process, starting from the journals that we already have. The journals that was given out for the Inner Circle program. Of course, when you see the journal, you know that we are ready for this process. Documentation is going to be taken way seriously because we want to transform Africa. We want to transform Africa because that's one key thing about this whole process. I believe in leadership. I believe in Africa, but I do not believe that we are going to solve the leadership problem from leadership. I believe we're going to solve the problem of leadership from our homes. That is my belief. That is one thing I know, and I'm going to live to see it happen. Shout out to all of you who are yadders in 72 hours. If you've not written it there, that you're a yadder in 72 hours, Have it in the comment section. If you miss this one, you wait for 365 days. That's how long you wait. Yup. You wait for 365 days. And not because we don't want to collect your money. We had over 2,000 people who waited for this year. Some people waited from January. Would have collected your money now. It's very simple. Collect your money. I will just tell you, just enter, just be there. No. We like to collect your money. We want for you to pay, but we don't want to do it at the expense of your transformation. Your transformation is more important to us than just the money that you pay. Yes, we want you to pay money. Yes, we want you to be in there serious. But beyond that, we want transformation because we want you to be part of what it is that God has called us to do for the generation like this. Thank you again for joining me on a Tuesday live. I just feel that I'm in my poppy mood. Who can feel me? Who can feel me with this purple, coming in the purple mood? We have come to disrupt parenting narrative in 21st century. That's who we are. That's what we're here for. And that is what we'll be remembered for. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. And in 72 hours, you will be live as a yada if this is your first time being in the yard. And if this is your first time, just put in the comment section, I am a yada in 72 hours. I'm a yada in 72 hours. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to be your coach. I can't wait. I can't wait for us to walk the journey of transformation together. All right. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. See you tomorrow at 8 o'clock at my intentional parenting journey, which will be the last before my own. Coach Omalala said that Friday, chop before coming, the induction, because all the feathers will be burnt, appetite to cease. Yes, we do not come to impress you, we have come to impact you. And that's our job. I am not here to impress nobody. I am here to impact people. That's what I've sent for. That's what I've called to do. Thank you so much. Coach, is the journal available on Amazon? It is available on Amazon. And if you have not joined the inner circle yet, please jump in. Already, we are waking up and we're seeing 52 people made payment. 30 something people made. I'm like, where have we all been? Please help us to help you. But shall it be known that we will not be hassled? We will onboard you, yes, but we will not be. You won't hassle us, no. You won't bring chaos to us. We will put every chaos to rest by ensuring that you are in a system. So if you're late, you'll be late, and you're not going to drag us for that. All right. So if you've not registered yet, you've not finished your registration, go and do that now, because no, you won't drag the team. And no, you will not come out and say, oh, they're not answering me. I've sent since 2 days. They've not answered me. You will stay and they will not answer you, because we are onboarding in a process. We're not just putting people and just answering people like that. So please go and register and make sure that you're onboarded. If you can, do everything you need to do today. Don't join the rush hour, because I know how it is. People still register on the induction day. Don't join the roster, and then you now be screaming. They've not did it. They've not my phone. I won't open it on that day. It's just so that you know. So do what you need to do today. Get settled in. All right. Pay your money. Get your boots. Right. Get settled in, because that day, by the time you are done, right, you will know that you have come to the Harvard of parenting indeed. Thank you again for joining me, and see you tomorrow at 8. I am so glad and honored to be part of the process. My name is Wendy Ologe, and I'm the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy. I see you, Ruth Baba. I see you, Faith. I see you, Gloria. I see you, Mercy. I see you, Makid. I see you, Taiwo. I see you, Pedro. I see you, Samson. I see you, Choma. I see you, Gloria. I see you, Coach Omolola. If you're a yada, you know what that name means. Of course, when you hear Coach Omolola, you readjust your state and ask yourself, am I in my season of life? And hey, thank you so much for all you do, Coach Omolola. I see you. Shout out to you. I love you. Thank you so much, Dr. Celestina Yusuf. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all the yadas. You guys show up like show up. You guys show up like show up, show up. That's how we do it. See you on Wednesday, tomorrow at 8 a.m. And then see you on the last day, and then see you in the yard on our new year. New year is coming. Bye, and have an amazing, amazing day.